For the BOD experiment, the first thing you're going to need is your wastewater sample. Then you'll need a 500 ml BOD bottle. You will need a rubber gasket. You'll need a sensor top, which is usually attached to a BOD meter. You'll need a magnet. You'll also need a measuring cylinder, and you need a 45% potassium hydroxide solution and a nitrification inhibitor. Now, when you're measuring your sample for your BOD, you're required to know the COD value of your sample. So that when you measure your sample volume, it will be based on your expected BOD. The expected BOD of your sample is usually about 60 to 80% of the COD value of your sample. Based on that, you will use a table to determine the volume of your sample. Now, in our case, we had a COD of about 350 milligrams per liter. Based on that, we should expect a BOD of about 200 milligrams per liter. Therefore, we are going to use 244 milliliters of sample for our BOD. Then, after that, you'll measure the volume of your sample using a measuring cylinder. Measure 244 milliliters of your sample. After you measure 244 milliliters of your sample, put your sample into a clean BOD bottle. Once that is done, you'll put in your nitrification inhibitor. In our case, we are going to put 5 drops of our nitrification inhibitor into our sample. Then you'll put in your magnet. You'll put your magnet into your sample and put the rubber gasket onto the bottle. After that, you'll measure 3 drops of 45% potassium hydroxide. Put it into the rubber gasket. Make sure that when you're putting in the potassium hydroxide, it only goes onto the rubber gasket and not into your sample. Once that is done, you'll cover your bottle with your sensor. And then you'll put it into your BOD meter. After putting it onto the BOD meter, you'll switch on your BOD meter. Then you'll start your test series. You'll select Start Your Test Series. You select your bottle position. In this case, this is our bottle. And then you'll set out your range because you expect a COD of 0 to 200. You set your range there to be 0 to 200. Once you set 0 to 200, you'll click Start. And then it will start your test series. After this is done, you'll put your BOD bottles and your BOD machine into an incubator for 5 days at a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. For the BOD experiments, after you put your bottles into your BOD meter, you're going to set the experiment into an incubator and leave it there for 5 days. The BOD experiment, when you're carrying out the BOD experiment, you have to set your incubator at 20 degrees. So what you're going to do first is you're going to put this magnetic stirrer plate into your incubator. Then you place your BOD meter into the incubator on top of the stirring plate. The magnetic stirring plate works with the magnets that were put into the sample when you were preparing the sample for the BOD experiment. Once that is done, we leave it for 5 days, after which we'll take the readings for each sample that was put into the machine. Okay. After 5 days, you'll come and check the BOD readings on your machine. What you'll do is simply come and check the test series that you're looking for, select the bottle position, and then see the values for BOD. In this machine that you're using, it displays the values in a graphical manner, so you'll be able to see the values for each day. You'll take down your readings and use them for any subsequent calculations.